All right, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Good. I didn't hear really good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, good to see everybody. I am excited because I'm looking here and we're seeing a large packed house. And so that really is encouraging to me that you all have decided to come today and hear what we have to put on. As you know, Dean Speaker Series has been one we've run for the past couple of years now. And we've had the opportunity and luxury to bring different people from not only here within the university, the community area within the Huntsville region, but also from the outside to come and talk about different things that matter to you. Now, what's important today is that we not only get to hear about some of the opportunities that some of our students have had, but also the opportunities that await you when you complete your work here on the Hill and how you can get there. So we are working together not only in this college, but in partnership with our Career and Development Services. We have our people from Career Development Service. I know, where's Ms. Miller? Yes. Well, she was here. But staff over there, Director Ms. Clayton, has worked with us to help us bring opportunities and to help you, the students, to understand how they go from one step to the next to the next. Now, I really encourage you all. How many of you are a part of this college? All right, which means you're either studying in engineering, physics, chemistry, mathematics, computer science. What else am I missing? Did I get everything? All right. I cannot emphasize this enough. Stay connected to the college and to our office because there are opportunities that are out there. Matter of fact, I got up at 3 o'clock this morning and got on a plane coming back from Minnesota. And I was at a company, visiting with a company called Boston Scientific. Who knows about that company? Anybody know Boston Scientific? Whose hand is back there? Oh, do you know what they do? They make parts for a specific kind of industry. Anybody aware? How many of you are interested in healthcare and living and dying? Living and dying affects everybody in this room, right? Well, they make technology for surgeries, for heart implants, for stents, things like that. It's a huge industry. And guess what? The reason I'm bringing it up is because they're interested in the students in our college. And they're interested in internships, co-ops, and full-time positions. And that's just one of the many companies, industries, and opportunities that are laying out there before you. If you get down, you get serious, and you get this stuff done. Today, we're going to hear from someone who they have a, part of their operation right here in our own backyard, but their work is critical to our nation's whole defense and our security, and that is the Missile Defense Agency. So we have someone representing the Missile Defense Agency who will be speaking with us today. So my point is, stay connected, communicate, and keep your ear to the ground for opportunities because they're out there for you, okay? All right, well, what we're gonna do first is that we're gonna have a student speaking to us. And in order to introduce that student, I'm going to ask Professor Gerald Vines to come forward. And he's going to introduce it. Mr. Vines is our faculty associate for student achievement. Now that means that his responsibility is the success of our students in this college as they come through the door, even before they come through the door, recruiting, when you come to the door, success throughout, internships, co-ops, getting good grades, and getting placed out in good jobs or going out on to graduate school. He has a responsibility for doing that. And so the student speaker today is one of the ones that he's helped to mentor through our program. So I'm not going to delay anymore.
Good afternoon. As Dr. Glenn said, my name is Gerald Vines, and I'm responsible for student success within the college. Today I'm going to introduce to some and present to others Ms. Ariel Dowdy. And yes, I did have a part in Ariel coming to the college along with Dr. Adams. When her parents first brought her here back in 2011, they were a little unsure about leaving her down here. But after sitting and talking with us, and what we did, we really made her comfortable, made her parents feel comfortable about coming to university. Since then, Ariel has worked on many projects. One in particular that I'm very fond of was the Reduced Flight Gravity project, where we went to Houston and spent a whole week in Houston testing chemicals and processes on the reduced flight gravity, reduced flight gravity procedures. So I'm not going to prolong long, and I'm going to allow Ariel to come to her in her own way. We talked yesterday about what I was to say about her. She told me don't say anything about her. She is all that embedded in her presentation, so I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. Ariel Dowdy, thank you.
Hallo, guten Tag. Ich bin Ariel Dowdy und heute ich habe für euch eine Präsentation über mein Erlebnis in Deutschland. Does anybody know what I just said? No? Okay. A little bit. Okay, well, basically, I just said that hello everyone, my name is Ariel Dowdy, and today I will be presenting to you my presentation on my Germany intern experience. And Deutschland is just another word for Germany. So just a little background information about myself. My name is Ariel Dowdy once again. I am a senior here, and I'm a mechanical engineering technology major. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I am also Miss 2014-2015 student athlete. I am also the captain of the 2014 SWAC champion bowling team. And I am also a member of NSBE, Alpha Kappa Mu, Honor Society. And as Mr. Vines stated before, that I was also a part of the Alabama A&M NASA flight team here on campus. So, my internship has went through the AAMU program, and AAMU stands for Advancing Minorities' Interest in Engineering. And from my personal experience, their main goal was to take students as ourselves and put them in an environment that'll have you have more experience with your major, and also you have the chance to work with people that have the same interests as you. Also, you get to meet people all around the world and have a great experience with just exploring and having a more broad perspective. So some of my previous internship experience, I also worked 2 years ago at Brookhaven National Laboratory in Upton, New York. And there, I did research for the most part on the surface analysis of cadmium zinc telluride crystals with treated different passivation chemicals. And there we basically did fabrication on a cadmium zinc telluride crystal. And there we used 3 different chemical bases to determine if we can make a low noise radiation detector. So this experience here was a complete opposite of the one that I did this past summer. Next slide, please. So this internship, so how to become a candidate. So what I mostly did for this was that I saw the application about it on the 3rd floor of the engineering building, and I was not exactly interested into it, but then one of my professors, he recommended me for it. So I said, okay, let's go along with this. So I went through with the application and I turned it in on time. What you basically need for it was your resume. You have to be a sophomore or above and a GPA over 3.0. And at that time, they wanted a mechanical engineering technology major, which happened to be what I am. So I went through it and I wound up getting chose, being one of the 4 in the nation for this internship. And it was with the United States Army Corps of Engineers in Wiesbaden, Germany. And if you are interested in this, they have not come up with their new fiscal year, so you will be able to apply for it through USA Jobs. Next slide, please. So while I was there, this was a 10-week experience. In 5 weeks, I spent at Clay Concern, the residence office out there, which was just another Army base, and I spent another 5 weeks in the environmental section. So while I was here at Clay Concern, I worked on 3 different projects with 3 separate project engineers. And the first one was the McCully Barracks warehouses, where they took an old storage place where they stored Army vehicles, and they restored it to and they remade it for soldiers to store their furniture, any items that they needed. The second project was the Town Theater ventilation system. And that's where they took out the old ventilation system and put in a whole new complete cooling system for the theater. And the last one was just a high school renovation, and that's where they were rebuilding at the time a new high school for the on-base students. And I was a part of all 3 of these projects. All the project engineers basically took me underneath their wing and let me live their day-to-day life. Next slide, please. And this one is where I worked in the environmental section, which is the complete opposite of what I do, but I found this to be so interesting. They let me go on temporary duty at 2 other bases that they have, which was in Graffier training area and Hohenfels training area. And there I worked with the environmental engineers, and there they basically did the same thing as the project engineers and took me underneath their wing. And I was able to see that the environmental side of engineering, that all they are about is preserving and restoring our natural resources, which I found to be very interesting. I was allowed to see that they use replicas, that they did replicas of our Iraq terrain, so the soldiers can rehearse and do their training out there at the training fields. And they preserve trees, and we also was able to work on an old castle wall that I was able to work on and figure out how can we stabilize this castle walls for where it will be preserved for the rest of the years. Okay, so my objectives for my entire experience was to gain career experience, also embrace the culture that I was in, and have and develop my career skills. So before I start my video, I did a video presentation for my 10 weeks while I was there, because I feel like it's better than me just telling you what I did. I wanted to show you. So for my 10-week experience, it goes from me leaving the airport to the 3 projects I worked on, to all the places I went and explored to in Germany, and also just a little bit of information about the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. I hope you all enjoy.
heating, heating pipe system. This is heat pipe. There's manifold over there on the other side, which I can show you, but. So this is where it's all happening.
Okay.
Okay? So here you got your heating manifold. Here, this is the counter I'm talking about. This is the counter. And the water, the groundwater is. So the roots that are the next one. This is the German curved wooden that's special here for this variety of palm trees. They actually get more and more trees by this.